Good morning, everyone. We are not together today because I am out at PSSA testing. So for your assignment today, we are going to go through a lesson on troubleshooting tips for your computer. I'd like you to listen to the entire presentation, and then you will have an exit ticket response that you will need to do at the end. So here's our warm-up, our opening question. What would you do if your computer gave you this sign when you started to sign in? I know we've all seen it. How would you feel? And you can just tell me or tell your learning coach how you would feel. Would you feel like this emoji A, you would scream? Would you feel like B, you would be angry? Would you be C, sad? Would you feel like D, not again? Or would you feel like E, I know what to do? So just take a couple seconds and let your learning coach or say it to yourself or think about it to yourself. How would you feel? Which emoji would be you if you got this sign right here that said your page cannot be displayed? And if you need to pause it for more time to think, go ahead and do so. I'm going to move on, but you can pause it if you need to. I think I would probably feel a little bit like D and E if it were me. I would say, oh, not again, but I know what to do. I'm not going to fret because I know what to do. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to kind of share some common trouble that you might have with your computer, and I'm going to share some easy tips for you that you can use to help fix it, because we all have trouble with our computers. Some days our computers are not our best friends. It's just the way it goes. It's kind of one of those things that suck, but you got to go through it. And I just thought this was a funny little picture. It has a guy in front of his computer, and if you notice, there's like some smoke happening up here. And he says, IT support, which is technical support, I need a hug. So think about for a minute, why being able to troubleshoot your computer on your own, why would that be something that would be helpful to you? So take a couple moments. Talk about it with your learning coach. Think about it to yourself. If you need to pause the recording to give yourself more time, do that. But tell me, why is being able to troubleshoot your computer on your own helpful? Why is that a helpful thing to be able to do? So take a couple moments and think about it. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of think and talk about it. I want you to take a look at this screen. I want you to circle, or, well, I guess you can't really circle, but I want you to look at them. Maybe point to them. Talk again with your learning coach. Any of these errors you've ever seen before? Some of them might look familiar. Some of you may have gone through this. I know ones that I have definitely seen, in my experience, is this one down here, the connection failed one. I've seen that one before. That one usually happens, that one down at the bottom where I'm circling it. This one down here usually happens when you can't get into Blackboard and you've tried over and over and over again and it doesn't work. I've had that one happen a lot to me. Not so much in recent years, but it used to happen a whole lot. And then also this one, whenever they can't display the web page, usually it means like your internet went out and your internet's not activated. So I'm sure you've seen at least one of these before. Maybe some of you have seen more than one of those. So here are some common troubles that we encounter, that we experience with our computers. Sometimes you just get that login page that just spins. The wheel just goes around and around and around. And it doesn't stop doing that, but it never gets you to where you need to go. Also, sometimes we get login trouble where you put your login in and it just doesn't work. And you try it again and it still doesn't work. Or you can't get into Blackboard. Those seem to be like the most popular, I would say, troubles that we have in our world. So just some helpful tips and tricks, and some of you might know these already, but it's always good to have a good refresher on these, even if you do know them. So the first thing I always suggest is to restart your computer. So I'll tell folks, go ahead and sign out, restart your computer. That's always a good thing, because sometimes your computer gets stuck in like a thinking mode. So restart your computer. Try that out. If that doesn't work, another thing you could do is you can restart it again, power off your computer, wait a couple minutes, take the battery pack out. That's another thing that you can do. You could hold the power button down until the computer turns off and wait a couple minutes. Plug it back in. Try it again. If it doesn't work, then you have to call IT. You have to call the support folks. And email your teachers or your family coach or whoever you can get in contact with as soon as you can. Like, my computer's not working. I've tried to restart it. It's still not working. I've called tech support. Here's the tech support ticket number. Give all of that information to your teacher, your family coach, whoever you can. Email Sapphire. Put the ticket number in there. You know, anytime you're having technical support, try to fix it. And if it doesn't work, keep trying. Go to IT. Go to the technical support people. Tell your teachers. Get a ticket number. If you do those things, you will have no trouble at all. You are covering all of your bases. All right, so let's do a little quick refresher question, and I'm going to grab the technical support phone number and put it on the screen so you can write it down on a Post-it while you're thinking. So take a look at this question, and I'll read it. What is one thing that you can do before calling tech support if you're having trouble getting your computer to work? Should you A, quit and try tomorrow, B, restart your computer and walk away till the end of the day, or C, restart your computer, wait 2 minutes, and then reboot it again? So what is the one thing that you can do before calling tech support? Before calling tech support. Before. If you're having trouble getting your computer to work. Okay, so think about that for a second. I'm going to go ahead and grab our technical support number and put it on the screen. The technical support number right there for you, 855-412-3712. And the correct answer here was definitely C. You should restart your computer, wait 2 minutes, and then reboot. Do not just restart your computer and walk away, and do not quit and try again tomorrow. Not a good choice. All right. Oh, well, look, the information's right here. So you have 2 support desks, which is kind of confusing, but they're listed here for you and for your reference. You can take a picture of this with your phone. You could write down the phone numbers. There it is again, 855-412-3712. Here is the other phone number, 844-507-8233. This is the number, the 855 number. That's the number that you're going to call if you're having systems and equipment problems. Chances are that's the number that you're going to call. If you're having trouble with your PIN or Google or any of your equipment that you get, like that helps you do your classes better, then you would call this phone number, the 844 number. Chances are most of your needs are going to be able to be helped at the 855 number. So write it down, take a picture of it. It is kind of confusing to have 2 numbers. But that's the one that you should call. And they're even there on Saturdays and Sundays if needed. All right. So if you miss a class, you should watch the recording. And I don't know that everybody knows this. So you can get your recordings right in your Class Connect. So you would pretend like you were going to the class even though the class is over. It sounds crazy, so I'm going to say that again. You are going to pretend like you're going to the class even though the class is over. You click on the class that you missed. So you find whatever the class name is, okay? So you would click on it. You click on the class that you missed, and what happens is another box pops up, and it says Class Connect Recordings, just like this picture that I'm wiggling around. You click on the blue link, the little blue link that the arrow is pointing to. And that will load your Blackboard classroom like you were going to class, even though it's over. When the screen pops up, sometimes they play automatically, but sometimes you need to click the play button, which is way down at the bottom, which is right here. I wish I had a pointer. It's right here, okay, like right in this area. So again, just so you have that information one more time, you click on the class like you're going to the class, find the name of the class, you click on the blue links, it's right here, okay, click on the blue links, then a new box pops up that says Class Connect Session Recordings in like a purplish blue color. You click on that link and it starts your recording. And that's what you should do every time you miss a class. You can also do that if maybe what you were working on in class was kind of a hard topic. You can go there and look at the lesson again. And then you have that, that lesson there that you can go back and pause it and fast forward it. It's a really nice feature that our school has. So those are your recordings. All right, so if you miss a class, what should you do? Should you watch the recording as soon as you can and complete any of the homework? Should you only watch the recording? Or should you do nothing? Class is not that important. What do you think? Tell your learning coach, say it out loud. That all of you guys told me that you should do A. You should watch the recording as soon as you can and complete any of the homework. And that is the correct answer. All right, well, sometimes things happen, right? And it's not a quick fix. You need to get a new computer. Your computer crashed. So everything you tried didn't work. This means that you could lose a lot of your class time. And when this happens, we want you to have a contingency plan. Contingency plan is a fancy word for a backup plan. So if you can't go to class because your computer crashed, we want you to come up with a backup plan. Something that can help you get access to a computer so you can go to class. So here's Batman, and he says, "Disagree. I have a plan for every contingency." Oh yeah, I definitely got a plan for that. So you need a backup plan. So if you can't get in, maybe your internet is out. Try whatever you can to go to a place that has the internet. A library if there's one close by, a McDonald's if there's one close by, a Dunkin' Donuts. I know that not all families have access to libraries in places easily. So if that is the case, if you have like a neighbor who you can borrow their computer, if you can use a hotspot on a phone, if you know how to do that. Some phones have hotspots. If you're able to use some kind of hotspot. But let your family coach know, let your teacher know, let attendants know. Watch the recordings. Make sure that you're getting those classes and those lessons. Do whatever you can to try to make sure that you're in your classes. If this means going to like a grandparent's house or something, if you're able to do that, or a friend's house, do that. I know it's not always easy to make a backup plan, but you still kind of want to have one just in case something were to happen. And always, always, always tell your teachers as soon as you can. Tell your family coach as soon as you can. Maybe your phone still works, but your internet is out. You can call if you have a phone. Or you can borrow a neighbor's phone or something. But just let someone know that you can't get in, your internet is out, and you're working on your plan B. All right. And this is your last thing for our lesson. This is what I want you to send me in an email. So your exit ticket, you will send to Mrs. Kroll in email. You can just hit reply to the email that I sent you with this recording link. So hit reply. Tell me one thing that you can do before calling tech support when your computer is not working to help you get into class. So what is something you can do to help you before you call tech support? Send me that answer in an email, and that will be your exit ticket for this lesson. What is one thing that you can try before calling tech support when your computer is not working and you can't get into class? Thank you all so much, and I will see you next Monday.